Alright to you trips, my wee Bob Bugs and my fellow Celtic fans and my subscribers. It's your Glasgow Genuine here, the traffic connect. Alright. I'm back. I know it's Friday, but I mean, I'm just recording. I just wanted to say hello to you. Your Glasgow Genuine traffic connect. Alright. As usual, my traffic connect and these hoops. Alright. So, what do you think about last Celtic match? Because you have to admit that that match was pure brilliant. I mean, the best fucking ever since that match with St. Johnstone. I don't know. I don't know what that was, but let's come back to let's. I wanted to share with you that I wrote my next match report for that match with Celtic King last weekend. So let me say a few words. Let me comment that. So that was a brilliant match for Celtic as they bounced back for that disappointing match with St. Johnstone. Against St. Johnstone, with thumping a 5-1 win at home to Kilmarnock. So, man, seriously. And I have to admit that the boys put on a tremendous performance last weekend. So, at half time, I found myself saying, my Glasgow Lions, I'm so happy to see you back. Let's stay back, my boys, you know. So, with a hunger to score, man. More goals and that to prepare to win, you know. I'm so proud that I'm so proud of you today. My boys in green. So, you know what I mean? So I've played a brilliant match. So I can proudly say that Celtic are back. Seriously. So this is a Celtic we love. Fighting, fearless, determined to win. Last Saturday, they went for a throat. Nothing was going to stop them. That's real Celtic, man. That's real Celtic. Nothing is going to stop them. Nothing, you know. So that's how I call them my Glasgow Lions. You know, this was football, the Celtic way again. Another brilliant victory, man. And a reminder of why Celtic are champions, you know. The match at Paradise started with fire, power, you know, energy, hunger, you know. And I never say that attitude, you know, to that's helping and go. A thing of beauty, man. That was a thing of beauty. It came from Rio Hatate, who's once the hero of the match, and it's frustrating. But Rio Hatate was a hero of the match in the match with Kilmarnock, so he was a hero. So last Sunday he showed pure class. He proved he's unstoppable. The Irish strike is set at a tone, as I've said before. So when a Celtic score early, the wings grow. The hunger depends. I'm going to always repeat that if Celtic scores first goal in the very first minute of the game, the whole match, the whole game was smoothly. They score goals, goal by goal, you know. So, as I said, wings grow and hunger deepens. So, just 2 minutes after, in the 10th minute, so the Japanese samurai doesn't matter. Skills are tremendous, man. PS electric. That was a who thought I'd pay the ball internet for a second time. So, I made this scripted, man. Closer to Henry Clarkson. Hat-trick record. And Alsace got fantastic goal, man. So they made it 2-0 and Mark made a 30th one first goal for Celtic this season. So Celtic were slicing through Kilmarnock effortlessly. So Liam scales that with 20-yard effort. Saved the Kieran O'Hara, the Gary Kelly keeper. Couldn't stop that. I came next to Cameron Carter Vickers, man. So strong, athletic, man. I stand out of team. So just sensational 25-yard and top corner. He's a key figure in this squad. successor, som man forget saying, for a 5, and then a half-day deal from that 2024, and then trying to think up until 2029. So the atmosphere is bouncing, man. The atmosphere is bouncing. So the boys didn't up. So just for 2 minutes after, 4 minutes later, sorry, Hatate scored again. See, Hatate scored twice that match with Kilmarnock, so making it 4-0. I confirm that last weekend's performance, that was going to be one of those days now, which quality shown through. So Kilmarnock pulled one back through Danny Armstrong, and then I found that a net from the edge of the box. That was flashing the back of the Amazon Salo, the goal was mere fluke. That's something he made today. Celtic didn't affect him, so a bizarre moment, man. Followed by before the break. Doesn't matter as what ends the 5-1, but I didn't advance. Only for fucking beaten, man. I referee. Disallowed it. Sorry. As usual. Honestly, man. Honestly. It feels like this happens far too often, man. James Forrest called it the revenge of Alan Mayer. We are getting involved to overrule on a field decision, you know. Which looked perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So the first half ended with a Celtic flying. And they didn't know it's not a drive to restart. The second half continued. The same dominant vein. Although that goals didn't flow. But easily. So as it kept pushing, kept possession, they couldn't finish it off on it. Kilmarnock was offered that. I was not very slightly going for it. So I mean, I also had one at the 66th minute that I went by. That was all, man. With less than 50 minutes to go, Arne Engels had great chance, man, to make it 5-1, but was denied by a crossbar. Still, Celtic didn't let up. Callum McGregor and had that looking beautifully, like one. But at this vessel, but a goal came out. So had they been stoppage time, Anthony Ralston, our tough, determined, aggressive right back. I'd pretty right him a sort of 5th. He made it 5-1 to the hoops. A fun end, man. The performance of purpose and pride. I was pure proud. I was so proud, man, last weekend. So for Celtic, last me and the anger of manager. Celtic's victory last weekend was a statement, man. A tremendous win, you know. So perfect performance. Pure dead brilliant performance, man. And saying a hunger as well. You know what? Truly, I'm backing the boys. So I prepare for a next Sunday Scottish Cup. So it will be this Sunday. So the boys are preparing for this Sunday, this very Sunday, Scottish Cup for Scottish Cup final. So kept fingers crossed. So I think at Hampden Park, of course, against St Johnstone. So that'll set up the treble party, which will be in May. As far the league goes, it depends now on what happens at Petrograd. But I say the time for a Celtic fans to start preparing but for a celebration. But we have, well, I truly earned it, man. Well done, Celtic. Well done, Celtic. Made a pure seaway into this Sunday and beyond. This finish line, as I say, is that end style, man. So I think fingers crossed for Celtic, of course, man. And I have to tell you that if you didn't read my if you haven't read my articles yet, so I'm going to encourage us again as I do in my every video. So I encourage us again to read my articles at Celtic Blog. So as I became the a newbie Celtic blogger, so let me spread my wings and I'll be writing for Celtic from now on. So if you haven't read that yet, so just read it. Truly encourages, man. Truly encourages. You know. Alright. You're Glasgow genuine. It's pure crazy just now. Yeah, traffic on it. So, but I have to remind you that so fingers crossed for the boys this Sunday. And of course I write my match report on a Sunday, so stay tuned. And I'll be, of course, in Glasgow, in my beloved Glasgow, in May, celebrating treble, the big treble, Pure de Bruin treble party. Can't wait. I can't wait, man. Can't fucking wait. maybe I'll see you there in Glasgow in May. So a treble party, pure green and white vibes, I'm sending you. All right, so I wanted to show you something. I wanted to take you for a wee donor and show you Glasgow's Baroque style, around Glasgow's Baroque architecture. So let your Glasgow genuine and show you around that. But first of all, let me tell you what's Baroque. So that was a French and it's a Western style of architecture, Baroque, a music dance painting, sculpture, pottery, that started flourished in the 17th century, after the 1750s. So it full Renaissance art in the mannerism preceded the Rococo, but and neoclassical styles, So I was encouraged by a Catholic church as a means to encounter the simplicity, austerity, Protestant architecture art, music. Though Lutheran Baroque art developed in parts of Europe as well. So motifs of Baroque are the cartouche, trophies, weapons, baskets, fruit, flowers, and others, made in marqueterie, stucco, or carved. Origin of word Baroque is very simple one. Originated from Portuguese Barroco. It means float pearl. And for Romance means common in pre-Roman Iberia, means oco suffix. Medieval Latin is used logic Barocco as the most likely source. Alright, so now. Let me show you around for a wee gander around Glasgow's Baroque styles architecture. So as I'm going to Glasgow, very, very soon, and I have something to announce that I'm going to start my podcasts. I'm going to chat with Glaswegians, older generations of Glaswegians, and they telling me about their childhood in Glasgow, growing up in Glasgow, memories of growing up in Glasgow. So I'm going to record a series of podcasts this time in May. So stay tuned. That will be something fresh on my channel. So of course some videos showing us around this amazing and beautiful, brilliant city of Glasgow. So of course plus lives. So that's all still to come and me. So, but now let me focus on telling you about Baroque style in Glasgow. So, examples. The first example is probably First one is Kelvin Grover Gallery. Facing that stunning, beautiful, brilliant university, Glasgow Uni to Gilmore Hill. So it's facing Kelvin Grove Park. So it's Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum. Believe it or not, the Kelvin Grove Art Gallery is built in Spanish Baroque style with a red brick. So it's it was opened around 1901, sorry. Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum was opened around 1901. So it makes it the oldest art gallery and museum in Glasgow. Founded by 1888 Glasgow Art Fund. The 1888 Glasgow Fund Art. So, and did you know what Lord Provost of Glasgow suggested that he proposed he ordered some gondolas for Venice, and at the very opening of Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum in 1901, he ordered gondolas for Venice, and he organized some trip around on the boats, on the gondolas, doing the River Kelvin. So that was the very opening. So that's the curiosity, But next example of pure Baroque in Glasgow is, is Mitchell's Library. That stunning Mitchell's Library, tremendous one, brilliant, It's a massive, massive library. in Glasgow. And you know what you can find there? You can find in Mitchell's Library, you can find Glasgow archives. So if you love Glasgow, so as me, you're Glasgow genuine traffic corner, alright? So if you go and rummage through all documents, videos, whatever you want. If you love Glasgow, so as me, so you can spend there all day, but I'll be sure around experience, you know. So Glasgow archives, Glasgow old archives, that will be something. So Mitchell's Library is completed around 1877, built in the Edwardian Baroque, as I mentioned. It's Glasgow's largest libraries, and it's prime example of Edwardian Baroque. It features a bronze dome med modern entrance via cafe auditorium. The library is known. It's an impressive collection of books, including over almost 1 million one. So, next one is Denniston Library, located in Denniston, as you know. Open doors, of course, in Glasgow, of course. Opened its doors around 1905 as a part of a larger initiative to establish public libraries in the city. So these libraries, you know, we refer to the Carnegie libraries, built, of course, in Baroque style, Denniston Library. We funded by Andrew Carnegie. Another, I suppose I can mention about that. It's also in Baroque style. It's a library at Elder Park. So it's Elder Library, situated in Elder Park. So it was built around 1903 by Andrew Carnegie as well. So it's that one, Denniston Library. The Denniston Library was one of several libraries in Glasgow. So they opened that year, including Woodside and Maryhill. All right. So let me show you the new. Next example, probably you know Hutchison Hall. You know what Hutchison Hall is. Now it's called Hutchison Hall, and it's situated at Ingram Street. Ingram Street was opened by whom? Named after whom? Guess. So Ingram Street was planned around 1772, opened around 1781, named after Archibald Ingram, merchant and tobacco lord of Glasgow, and of course Lord Provost of Glasgow between 1762 for. But I mean just now Hutchison Hall. So, but because the Hutchison Hall was once situated at Trongate, so that means that Argyle Street, so it was at Trongate. So it was a Hutchison Hospital. It was built around 1739, demolished in 1795, moved from Trongate up to Ingram Street. That is the new situated. So moved around 1800s, Trongate up to Ingram Street. So, you know, designed by Hutchison Brothers around 1802. So the new stunning is a Hutchison Hall. It is a hall, but it was once a school, library, restaurant, club. You know what I mean. So Goma. Another example is Goma. You probably know what Goma is. It's a gallery of modern arts. Goma is built in Baroque style as well, but no. It wasn't a gallery of modern art once. It was Cunningham Mansion, because the very rich, pure rich tobacco lord and merchant lived there. William Cunningham, that's how this building was called Cunningham Mansion back in the day. So built around 1778, 80s. So William Cunningham lived there up to 1809 when he just died. Then the Sterling family moved there, and they created the library, so it's a library as well in this building. So it was around in 1820s, 27, some portico that was extended. The gallery was extended, the portico was added. It's on the top of that. with a portico, you know, the columns. So it symbolises it presents the 4 miracles of Saint Mango at the very top. So I was added after in 1827. So but let me tell you that Gallery of Modern Arts moved to that Cunningham Mansion around 1997. In April, by the way. But I found it one for that time. It's a Gallery of Modern Arts. It's Peter Brown's. And you have the iconic cone statue there, stolen proudly. Yeah, traffic cone. So is me, you know. Oh man, seriously. And another example of Baroque style is, let me tell you that it's St. George Tron Church. And I tell you that it's situated at St. George Tron Church is situated at St. Nelson Mandela's place. It's at Buchanan Street, around the Buchanan Street. So it's St. Nelson Mandela place is that. You've probably seen that. It's a church in shape of a throne. So it's a throne as a throne like that, you know. So it's St. George Tron Church, built around 1807 by William Young in Baroque style. So as the church that was one. So I think that'll be enough of Baroque style in Glasgow, but I think it's pure brown. Would you just like to know some of the pure funny or maybe pure weird facts you didn't know about Glasgow? So as you know, Glasgow is home of Glasgow is home to some truly fascinating history, man. As a sculpture of quirks, man. Very quirky. Or you just visiting, you know, a Glaswegian yourself. Or you're a Glaswegian yourself, there is much taken about Scotland's largest city. So I was forgetting that no one's saying all this about Glasgow and its citizens. So let me tell you, man. Glasgow is the largest city, but this is pretty straightforward, man. But it's interesting, you know, despite not being a capital of Scotland, and Glasgow is the nation's largest city. Glasgow's home of the UK first statue of a woman riding a horse. Aye, that's true, man. Because there's a lot of misinformation flying around about equestrian statues that perhaps you've heard about that. Number of feet that horse in a ground Celtic racing just rider died. It's not true, man. But it's pure fact, you know. The first statue of a woman riding a horse appeared in Glasgow around 1854. It depicts none of the other as Queen Victoria, because Glasgow was Queen Victoria's favourite city. And she was at the very openings of the city chambers around in late 1888, and Queen's Dock and Princess Dock, and Queen's Dock, Princess Dock at Stockross. So there are over 90 parks in Glasgow and green spaces, you know. Glasgow patron saint, Saint Mango, was a patron saint of Glasgow and salmon. As you know, a Glaswegian invented the raincoat. You know how that is. You know, there's a reason some people still call it a raincoat Macintosh, and I think it's a Glaswegian. In the early 19th century, chemist Charles Mackintosh is experimenting with a chemical that is not stumbles across something that is extraordinary, you know. So there's a waterproofing cotton by gluing together two layers of cotton between it and the rubber. So just I look at that Macintosh finding it. I found a way to create waterproof clothing. It is the third oldest underground railway system in the world. Glasgow has the third oldest system in the world, a railway one. So, alright. The first Prime Minister of the UK was born in Glasgow, you know. Sir Henry Campbell Bannerman was the first UK Prime Minister to use the title Prime Minister, man. He served the PM from 1905 until 8. Just a few food facts about Glasgow that should never appetite your knowledge, man. As you know that 43% of Glaswegians will leave up a tip of independently run restaurants. While some people still talk about Glasgow kisses and Glaswegian kisses, headbutts, you know, and punches straight at the face. So what it turns out Glaswegians are far more like to show kindness and waiting stuff for other UK citizens. A study conducted by let me tell you that Plan D, Scots were generous tippers, and Glaswegians were the most likely in the UK to leave a tip if a restaurant was independently owned. Glasgow has the second most takeaway food options in the UK. If you're hungry in Glasgow, man, if you're fucking sorry, man. I'm buzzing to Glasgow, I'm so buzzing, you know. If you're hungry in Glasgow, probably your own fault. Glasgow caters just about everyone's dietary needs and requirements. So, in 2013, PA named Glasgow the most vegan-friendly city in the UK. Buffalo Bill attended a match in Glasgow. You know, that's very funny. ولما Cody better known as Buffalo Bill came to Glasgow in November 1891, part of European tour of the West West Show. When the city Buffalo Bill wearing a full coffin or cladding, he turned up at the stadium, which quite a final match between Hunts and Queen's Park. Glasgow was the first city in the world, man, to get Nelson Mandela's freedom of the city, as you know. So in 1981, Glasgow councillors gave Nelson Mandela the freedom of the city, and our honor bestowed in that person of their service the city. Mandela was imprisoned, didn't he? Initially, he received that honor itself. So, additionally, Glasgow renamed St George Place, Nelson Mandela Place, that one at Buchanan Street. A significant political move since the Butler George Place, that home to South African consulate, they refused to adopt the name. Mandela, 8 years later, he visited Glasgow, you know, to thank people the city their support during his imprisonment. Glasgow Carpet Company Templeton Carpets manufactured carpet for White House on the Titanic. As you know, the first African American earned medical degree at the University of Glasgow, you know. St. Vanta's forearm is in Glasgow. It's in the Gorbals. St. Duns Scotus Church in the Gorbals. Arm of St. Valentine is in Glasgow. So that's the fact, man. It makes Glasgow city of love. What do you think, man? What do you think about that? Just can't wait being in Glasgow, you know, in May, and then creating for you 100 or so podcasts with Glaswegians not live. So, plus, watch my read my articles at Celtic Blogger. Watch my channel, Glasgow My Love, and I'll be back to you probably next Friday or Tuesday. We'll see. But so, my traffic connect and your Glasgow genuine Celtic dafte. What's news? Pure dead brown afternoon.